Hey, this is Sarah with Precision Camera and Video in Austin, Texas. Today I'm out at the beautiful Mueller Lake Park. I have the brand new entry-level Fuji X-T100 and we're going to test it out. The X-T100 sits in the entry level of the Fuji lineup. This is the entry level to the X-T specifically, followed by the X-T20 and the X-T2. This shares the same 24 megapixel sensor that we find in the X-A5. So this is not an X-Trans sensor. You have to buy up in the lineup to get kind of that special magic sauce that Fuji is known for. However, you do get film simulations and a bunch of awesome features that Fuji is also known for. The ISO range on this is from 100 to 12,800. It is expandable up to 51,200. However, I would suspect that's probably going to get noisy. This does 4K video at 15 frames per second, which isn't really usable for typical video purposes, but would be totally fine for a time lapse or something of the sort. The thing that makes this camera most special though is this right here. This is the first camera in the Fuji mirrorless lineup that allows for a fully articulating selfie screen. I have a feeling that vloggers and travel photographers alike are gonna love this. This camera is definitely more consumer focused. It doesn't really give you a lot of buttons and dials to control manual things quite as much as you find in the upper level cameras like the XH1 or the X Pro 2. I do like how I have a dedicated function dial right here. This, depending on the mode you're in, either changes the drive mode, changing the film simulations, things like that. On the dial right here, you do have a bunch of dedicated scene modes already set up for quick access. This camera comes paired with the 15 to 45 millimeter zoom. It's a power zoom that allows for a smooth zoom in and out, so it's gonna work really well whether you're doing video or stills. It's also nice and compact, so when you're not using it, gets nice and small. This camera comes in 3 variations. It comes in this dark, beautiful kind of graphite silver. It also comes in a champagne gold, which I haven't seen in person yet, but I really, really want to see. And then it also comes in traditional all black. This camera has a pop-up flash right here. It also has a hot shoe, which can accept the flash. This doesn't have the automatic flip that we find on some cameras, but it does have a mode dial for SR+, which is Fuji's auto mode. A feature I love about this camera that a lot of cameras have is the built-in Panorama Mode. So I'm going to take a bunch of pictures all in a row and it's going to stitch it together for me. Something unique to this camera is the ability to recognize multiple faces in a frame and take the picture once it identifies everyone in the photo. You can set it to recognize anywhere between 1 to 4 people. So for example, if I was to take my own picture using the flip out screen and I have it set to 1 person, it automatically took the picture and I didn't even need to press the button. I can also go ahead and change it to be 2 people. So if I have 2 people in the frame, it automatically takes the picture. I can even set it to do 3 people. In addition to identifying faces, it can also identify a smile. So if I tell Zan to smile, it'll automatically take the frame without me having to press the shutter down. Give me a smile. This camera has a bunch of fun art modes. They call them the advanced filters. When I put it in the advanced mode, I can actually just rotate this dial right here and it'll go through all the modes. There's a bunch of modes like high key, low key, toy camera, pop color, etc. So some of those artistic modes were a bit much for my taste. But if I shoot this in one of the manual modes and I use this function dial, I can actually cycle through the classic film simulations that Fuji is known for. So I have to say, I really like how this camera handles. I do, however, wish there was a joystick. I think I'm so spoiled with the X-T2 and the X-H1 and the X Pro 2 that my thumb keeps reaching for it. I'm just not used to using a touch screen. I think someone who's buying their first camera and gets accustomed to that from the start will like it, but I really wish I had just a dedicated joystick to navigate the autofocus. So we're gonna test the video, but I wanted to just reiterate that 4K at 15 frames per second really isn't designed for actual movie making. It's more designed for time lapse. You'll see from this sample shot because it's pretty choppy. There is an extension of the self-timer mode that's actually called buddy mode on this, and this is really similar to smile detection where it automatically takes a picture when it sees someone's face and it sees them smiling. The difference with this is that it takes a picture of two people depending on how close they are together. So if you're trying to do a cute group shot, it'll kind of give you a little gauge with little hearts that tell you how close you are to the person. All right, so 2 hearts, 3 hearts. That is too cute. This camera has 91 autofocus points and shoots up to 6 frames per second. The Fuji X-T100 is an awesome camera for the beginner looking to start their photographic adventure, the vlogger looking to document their story, or the traveler looking to capture their journey. Thanks for joining us. Hit subscribe and come by the store for this and more.